I'm so excited for this one. Hyperia, here we go. Our last best of 7 on the day, and it could be the best one. We've said this about pretty much every single series we've played. Oh boy, but we haven't necessarily seen the start be this hectic. I mean, what, 50% of the time we've gotten a goal like this? I can't even get the intro out, and Riot have already scored.
Riot have indeed scored, and Max, probably the biggest Riot fan out there, an absolute stan regarding that. To be fair, I'm glad it's just you and me. We can have a civil discussion now instead of Riot Gaming and everybody who doesn't pick Riot Gaming is stupid, because Choose Bandits, they certainly have an opportunity, and that's why this one is such a hard one to predict.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, apparently Max can play both sides of this one. According to some inside info I've just been given, apparently he picked Juice to take this on Twitter and then turned it around once he actually got on stream. So, hey, Max, I get it. Play both sides of the coins. You can never lose. So, we'll figure this one out. So far here, both teams, though, battling it out in this first minute here. Riot Gaming have the first goal of this game, but can they hold on for the next 4.5 minutes? We'll find out. So far, doing a good job of exactly that, but the Juice Bandits are getting themselves some offense together here. They will retreat back into their own half for a second, though, and Sprat will try and just completely deflect this one out and stop the offense altogether. Easier said than done, though, because Riot Gaming continuing to press out at half. Tango waiting, lurking, looking for that continuation of pressure, but can't quite do so, and Juice Bandits might be able to get an offense together now.
And Kaka, he will very much shut that offense down quickly. Sprat out of the defense, finds a second tap. Good block. Hawk waiting patiently with 25 boost. He doesn't really have an option. Gets it past one with Finn with a boomer to the backboard, rings up the crossbar. Kaka across the pitch. Finn could have turned in, had 90 boost, but decided against it. Riot Gaming, that was a phenomenal pass, and once again, one of those ways where they combine in a good manner. Tango now with a shot. Zaydigas has to back flip it away, and Hawk clears it to the side.
Cleared out to the side for now, and Riot Gaming will hold on to their lead for the time being here, but Juice Bandits really starting to play really well out of midfield here. You can see the methodical play. They are not rushing into this series. They know they've got a long series ahead of them with a best of 7, so as long as they can hold relatively tight here in game number 1, they can find those adjustments throughout the series. But oh my word, they gotta cut this one a little bit less close. Riot Gaming getting very close to their second goal.
They're getting very close, and that won't bury the game just yet, but they will certainly get a massive momentum boost. Tango just flipping that through Finn, getting past one and sent into the woods. Zaydigan's not going to be ascending. Zaydigan's often comes out with the name Zaydikans instead of just his regular name, Zayd.
Listen, I like the name either way. Both of these two names are both rather powerful. The unfortunate truth is, though, no matter what you name yourself, you still got to perform on the pitch. Cool names alone are not going to be enough, and Juice Bandits are starting to learn that the hard way. They're currently down 0-1, and with about half the game remaining, they've got to try and pull this one back. Maybe they can do it right here. Zaydikans with a good touch out to the center. It'll lead a shot from Hawk, but not quite able to find the back of the net. My, oh my, the angles Juice Bandits are going for are rather intricate. They got to try and calm this one down. We've talked about this every once in a while, but the fundamentals are the fundamentals for a reason. Maybe just try to put a couple simple shots on target.
That's always what you gotta do first instead of trying to go for a triple flip reset, because if you can't even get a regular shot on target, why are you expecting to get a triple flip reset or anything mechanical? Obviously, triple flip reset is a massive exaggeration of what players usually do in these kind of matchups and what they make work. As Hawk, he makes it work to get past one, and then there's Kaka to shut it down. Sprat, good boomer across the pitch. Tango with a free ball, pass across to Finn. Finn out to the backward. Tango's up for it. It's a tough read. So yeah, he floats in the air for a bit, gets it on target, and that might just be the slowest one.
I mean, that might be the slowest one, but hey, it's still a beautiful shot at that. Tango perfectly putting this off the bar, but you know what else is really slow? The defensive response there. Tango given about 8 years in the air to be able to set that one up, and Juice Bandits, we said they were going to be a little bit of a slow team out the gates here. Might take a second to warm up, but oh boy, this is a rather slow start indeed. They're letting a lot of pressure against them, and they want to try and slow down Riot. They cannot give them this much momentum.
Exactly, Finn having a free shot, almost places that perfectly on the top left or bottom left, wherever it was, at least on the left side. Sprat meets Tango, 50, Riot Gaming. They're getting into the attack, and a double commit from Juice Bandits. That's not going to help them. Juice Bandits, they seem a little bit nervous, it seems like. In game 1, jitters, certainly a thing, and they need to shake it off.
Oh my word, but apparently Riot Gaming does not. My oh my, they're putting shots close to the target here, and they may put another one into the target, not quite yet. But they really are pressing the issue. In 45 seconds left, it's not really up to them to try and get some offense together. It's up to Juice Bandits to try and find something, and they could right here. No such luck. Sprat not able to get the angle, and then Tango bumped directly into the ball. I have to imagine that's going to secure the game in favor of Riot Gaming, because with 30 seconds left and the very minimal amount of chances that Juice Bandits have had, it's looking rather bleak. Oh, wait a minute. There's a chance. No, Tango denies it, and I think that'll deny the game outright.
Such a great defense out of Tango there. The fake coming through does not bite and still keeps his nerve. A great play out of Riot Gaming. And it is Juice Bandits who will go down 1-0. But as I said, they seem a tad bit nervous with Riot Gaming. They came into this full confidence, prepared, and brought the game to Juice Bandits.
Yeah, this is a good one here. We're getting a really good back and forth, but the unfortunate truth is that Juice Bandits have got to warm up if they want to try and keep this one competitive. Great game from Riot, but it did feel a little bit one-sided. I mean, it's one of these things where Juice overall definitely did get some offensive pressure, but in terms of extended pressure that turned into shots, you didn't really see a whole lot of them. So Riot Gaming taking the most advantage of the scenario in game number 1, walk away with the first win of this best of 7. As we look at the shot total here, oh my word, you can really see the disparage between the two teams. 10 shots to Riot, 3 to Juice Bandits.
You're just going to have to accept this for the first game. Riot were dominant, but we've seen many times where one team was dominant and then the next game they directly come back. They talk about what went wrong and they managed to make it work. And especially something like this, a goal within 5 seconds off of kickoff. It's great momentum for Riot, and that obviously means a trouble for Juice Bandits.
And that's the big thing here, is that now that the momentum has become a factor here, it's up to Juice Bandits to try and flip it on its head. Granted, again, they should be pretty prepared here. They're probably not panicking too much. We saw them in the early lobbies playing around a little bit, you know, not necessarily carelessly, but based on their cams, they were kind of just having some fun with it. But maybe it's time for them to buckle down. Maybe here is where they get a little bit more serious and get their head in the game. If they do not, they're going to allow Riot Gaming to go up by 2. And again, in a series this close with 2 capable teams, you really don't want to let yourself go behind by 2 games.
Absolutely not. And then we're going to go into that second game. Riot Gaming, they took the first one, but this is a decent kickoff. Hawk gets the block. Kaka, 100 boost. Hawk, absolutely nothing in the tank. Forced to rotate back. Sprat staying up close, dives in for the play, gets the touch. Finn now across the side and the right flag. Sprat back in his own pocket. And he's able to catch it, now clear it away. And they need to get an attack though and Juice Bandits. They get it further across the pitch, but there's nobody quite there to follow it up.
That's the thing, that solo play wasn't really necessary. Like, cool, you hit a flip reset. That's awesome. I can't do that. But, well, you need to do something with a flip reset. If you just kind of send it to open space, that's an easy counter for Riot to just send it right back into your own half. And that's kind of what Juice Bandits are falling to right now, is a lot of these heavy touches that don't just seem to have enough foresight to really turn into a good attack. So, Riot Gaming playing really clever right now. They seem to have a good counter to what Juice Bandits are throwing at them, and it could lead them to the win here in game 2.
Sprat booms it to the backboard. And a good win would certainly be on the cards. But now Finn with a shot. Good bump on Zayd, and Finn just breaks through 1 minute in, or a bit more than that. And Riot take the lead.
I mean, fantastic demo there out of midfield, but I gotta wonder why on earth that even occurred in the first place there. Zadakins dives way too early on that play, and Hawk just doesn't really need to be there either. Juice Bandits looking a little bit frazzled right now. I don't know what other word to describe it, but I fear you, this is not the Juice Bandits we are used to.
Absolutely not. An even bigger reiteration is needed now, because Riot Gaming have broken through a second time within about 3 seconds of their previous goal. That's just incredibly, that's just painful.
I mean, it's got to be painful for Juice Bandits at this point, because so far, they just haven't been able to find any sort of success on offense. And, well, they're not really finding much success on defense either. They have to start making some defensive stands, not allowing Riot to just get this free reign when it comes to their final third. I mean, look at that. Another shot rips on. Hawk does get the save, but I mean, that just shouldn't be a shot in the first place. Riot Gaming, look how much time they are being given on offense.
Ooh, and not enough time to get it into the back of the net there, though. I think an important one in Rocket League is you need to know when you can cut your losses, when you should cut your losses. Tango, that's certainly not right there. What I mean by that is boost is a valuable commodity, and you don't want to spend it all on just one play. If you're not 100% sure that something is going to come out of this, or if there's not a big likelihood, sometimes you chase down a play, you waste a lot of boost that you could be using for the recovery instead. And I'm seeing that out of Juice Bandits. They're playing a bit loose with the boost, often getting 0 in the tank, then getting right back up to 100, not quite rotating over the pads, and that makes it awkward in defense.
Yeah, that's the big thing here, is it just doesn't really seem like they've got that foresight. Like we were talking about before, that really can go both ways. If you throw too much into offense, you're going to be kind of just abandoned on defense. If you throw too much into defense, you're never going to be able to build an offense, and that's kind of what Juice Bandits are trying to fight right now, is just trying to find a clean rotation while also overextending themselves and using that overextension of boost. So it's one of these things where Juice Bandits look like they just need a couple of minor adjustments, and all of a sudden they will be right back into this one. But it's up to the team to do so. We're halfway through game number 2. They still have yet to score a goal and are enduring a whole lot of pressure from Riot Gaming. They need to slow this team down. If they want a shot at this one, they've got to start getting some offense.
I'm not too worried for Juice Bandits. They still have 2 minutes in this game, and even if they do lose this, I'm still not too worried, since Juice Bandits, they got picked up. They have an orb behind them. They have somebody to talk to and really try and calm the nerves as they do get a shot off. I think the most important part is to crack that defense, because if my memory recalls it correctly, Juice Bandits are still scoreless.
And Juice Bandits still scoreless at this point. We got about 100 seconds left in this game, and there theoretically should be, oh no, opportunities for Juice Bandits to turn this one around. Not if they can't make the saves on defense here. An easy shot from Tango, but again, the shot's not really the highlight of this play. It's the lack of attack or defense from Sprat there. I mean, it's not necessarily a guaranteed save, but it's one you should be making.
It's a tough one. It had a lot more power than I was expecting to come out. And as you're on the pitch, you have to do all those micromanaging moves to shut everything down. As Kaka, he certainly micromanages everything in that play and gets to 50 on Hawk. And Tango makes it awkward. Sprat actually knows Hawk, and now into Sprat. Sprat with an absolute ripper, but that bounce gonna be fortunate for Hawk, actually, not for the other defender or attacker. As they go onto the attack, Juice Bandits, they have some momentum at least, but they need to keep it clear on defense, and pushes it up wide. But oh my word, Riot, they want a fourth.
Riot looking unrelenting at this point. Just unreal how well they are executing on offense and how much they are making Juice Bandits look uncomfortable, because there's two parts to this equation. Obviously, Riot are playing a fantastic offense, but it's also because they're just kind of squeezing the life out of the defense right now. Juice Bandits don't seem to be comfortable in their back half whatsoever. They are scrambling to just find these clears, and then look what happens once they get the clear. Heavy touches that I was going to say don't lead to much, but there it is. Juice Bandits with the first goal, and it comes out of literally nowhere.
I'll tell you what Juice Bandits wanted to say to you. Just shut up, mate. Just shut up. I mean, there is a chance, though. There is a chance in this matchup. 2-goal differential. Riot Gaming, they can't throw this one away, right?
I'm gonna not say that one, because hey, anything is possible. It is Rocket League, and it is a shot from Sprat. It is not gonna hit the back of the net, but Juice Bandits, there's that confidence. There's the challenges in the air. There's the attempt at a double touch, and where was this for the first like 8 minutes of gameplay?
It's fine. They're starting to pick it up right now, and Juice Bandits, that's why I said I'm not worried, since the mistakes that they were making are very easily fixed. They're not integral mistakes in the defensive end and then just rotating out of position every single time. It's just being a bit too loose with the boost, and they're starting to find each other. They're starting to combine, and Juice Bandits, even though they will drop, they have certainly, in my mind, partly won in this game, and that is to get the momentum back.
I mean, that's the big thing, is that they finally shook off the rust there, and they started to show some offensive pressure. And it wasn't necessarily a lot of offensive pressure, but it was some. And that is necessary going forward here, because Riot Gaming at this point are currently up 2-0 in the series. And listen, they were a dark horse for a reason, but they also are playing against another potential dark horse here. Juice Bandits should be giving them a good run for their money. And as we can see again from the stat line alone, they really are not in this game right now.
But I think during the later part, they did start to get into it. Riot, they started off amazing every single time. They got a quick goal and one directly after that. You have to be a little bit lenient, I feel like, towards Juice. We're being quite rough on them purely because they get a bad start every single time. Sure, it's their mistake, but they did get the momentum back towards the latter part, and that is what we need to focus on for going into game 3.
100%. And the big thing for Juice at this point is the reason we are so critical is because this is a team with very high expectations. We knew that every single one of the matchups here today were going to be very close, and when we saw Juice Bandits not necessarily keep it close for the 2 first matches, it came as a pretty brutal surprise. And, well, I gotta imagine it was a brutal surprise to Juice Bandits as well, because they should be keeping this one close. Instead, they're now going to have to fight from behind to even keep this one alive. Down by 2 games, they are technically not on elimination point yet, but if they get one more game going against them, Riot Gaming will be almost on the verge of a sweep.
And let's see what Juice Bandits can do. It's a good kickoff, and maybe they can get the quick goal directly afterwards. Kaka, very well prepared for it, clears it to the side. Hawk, they're managing to keep up the pace, though, into the attack. We're only there to try and finish it off. They do need to keep it back on the defense. Tango with a very odd musty instead. He uses the post and the crossbar to clear it away.
Clearing it away here, but now it's a chance for Juice Bandits to turn this into something. Please, no. Oh, it is. Kaka puts this one into the back of the net. I'm not really sure if it's an own goal. Either way, it's definitely not something that Juice Bandits are going to want to look back upon.
No, he got that. He very much got that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think Hawk was 100% expecting to get the flip reset there. He didn't get it. Makes the entire defense awkward, and sometimes it just do be like that. Zaydigan directly off of kickoff. Tango pops that over. Another shot rings through. Then this time takes the bunt end of it. The Sprat still in the vicinity as we reach the only 30 seconds in, but Riot Gaming every single time within that first minute have taken the lead.
They just continue to come out the gates firing, and unfortunately it's catching Juice Bandits by surprise literally every time. Yeah, at a certain point you'd expect Juice Bandits to get prepared and recognize that if Riot's going to start off with this aggression, okay, hold down on defense and wait for a counterattack. Instead, they just keep overexposing themselves, giving opportunities, and I just gotta wonder if Juice Bandits are recognizing the mistakes they are making right now, because it just doesn't seem like they're correcting any of them. We talk about adaptations a lot when it comes to Rocket League, and the adaptations that we've needed to see out of Juice is going to be playing a little bit more prepared on defense with an emphasis on counterattacks. Instead, they still look a little bit messy, don't look that organized, and Riot Gaming are picking them apart because of it.
Riot Gaming, they're forcing them to be messy. It's an unfortunate touch, but directly afterwards you get punished, and that's something you can't do at the top 8. Riot Gaming, they're playing up to par, and Juice Bandits, I would love to see them step up to the plate. We know they've got the capabilities to do so. And the Sprat going underneath, that's just a shot coming through. Hawk clears it away, or at least attempts to, and Riot Gaming, their kickoff game just keeps on being so solid, and let's see why though.
Back to what I stated before, it's this over-aggression from Juice Bandits. All 3 players though got a midfield after the kickoff on that one, and I get it. Certain teams you can play that way against. You can play against a team that isn't necessarily going to punish you with that over-aggression. Team like Riot though, not only can you not be playing over-aggressive because they're going to punish, you also can't afford to miss open nets. Kickoff finally going in favor of Juice Bandits, but they can't quite capitalize.
Good 50 towards the center. Finn almost got the goal. Or at least they clear away. Kaka now pops it up across one. Zayd gets in the way, but that's a phenomenal center. Hawk into the center once again. Tango with an absolute ripper, and oh my word, what a save by Juice. I guess that's something they can very much pull through, but can they ring through another time? Yes, they can, as Kaka into the box. Kaka right through the center. Juice, they need to get a counter attack quickly, but a double commit, and then after that, a double miss. That's unfortunate for Riot Gaming. They put in a 4th.
Riot Gaming put in a 4th and possibly put this one away, because with 3 minutes remaining here and not a goal to show for it, Juice Bandits are starting to struggle when it comes to that offensive pressure. And to be honest, it's a lot of this just is because of Riot Gaming really executing on offense here. This presence that they developed out of midfield are so incredibly threatening, and I just gotta wonder whether or not Riot Gaming are gonna just keep up with this aggression the entire time, or if eventually we're gonna see a break and a chance for Juice Bandits to get back into this one. I'd like to hope so. I want to see a good back and forth between the 2 teams. I really do want to see Juice Bandits come alive, but maybe they can do it right here off the ceiling, but no such luck. Tango just barely able to keep that one out, and a Sprat launches another shot. Juice Bandits do finally find themselves some offense, but unfortunately not a goal to show for it.
Not a goal, and Riot Gaming 4 goals in the lead. Could this be a preface to what's to come? And that is a 4-0 sweep. Riot Gaming are well on their way. They're playing absolutely amazing, picking apart Juice Bandits. Every single opportunity that they get, they will take control of. In Riot Gaming, honestly, it amazes me. But now it's Hawk down the other end. Karka with a save, and also on the defensive end, Riot managed to step up.
Riot really stepping up this entire time, though. So far, they haven't really missed the beat, but maybe they can miss something here and give a chance. Oh, my word. The Juice Bandits to get back into this one, and what a way to do so. Hawk off the ceiling to a flip reset. That is one way to get your team back into a series.
Ooh. That is certainly a way of flip reset. Will it be in this game, though? A 3-goal deficit is so tough to fight back from, but Juice Bandits, they don't really have another chance. Sure, they can go to that final, or potentially final game. You don't want to do that. You just want to try your best. Tango fakes out, gives me a tiny hard drop, and Sprat quick to it. Let's see what the Juice Bandits, they need to up their aggression, and they certainly bring a choice. At this point, it doesn't matter if you lose 1-6, 1-7, whatever. You just have to try and score.
I mean, you just have to try and get yourself some extra momentum, because like we said, this series is not out of hand. If Juice Bandits can turn this around and get themselves a game, all of a sudden they have the chance at a reverse sweep. Reverse sweep in a best of 7, though, is a rather difficult task, and considering the fact that they haven't been able to get a game so far, and, well, they haven't really been able to keep it close so far, it's a really difficult task. Riot Gaming looking incredibly fantastic right now, really just strong on both ends of the pitch, and that's what's making this all the more difficult for Juice Bandits, is that as much as Juice Bandits are starting to finally look back into form, they're really starting to get back into this one, Riot Gaming are not missing a beat, and when you have a team that is this strong, just kind of shutting down chances, it becomes all the more difficult to get a comeback started.
That's the thing about this. Juice Bandits, they're starting to gain morale. They're starting to gain momentum. And as I say that, Hawk pops a proper one in, displaying exactly why I said what I said.
All right, well, Hawk's the solo reason that Juice Bandits are going to be able to keep in this one. 2 goals for the player here, and they're really starting to put the team on their back in the best way possible. That's how you get the momentum. That's how you get the confidence for the team. Go, guys, don't worry about it. We got this. We may not have played all that great in the first couple of games, but there's plenty of time left. And a standout player like Hawk is a great way to do so. But let's see if maybe they can get it done in 3 here, as they are trying to get a little bit of a comeback going. They've gotten the first 2 goals. Can they find a third? Oh, they also have to not concede one on the other end. 20 seconds left here, and at this point, they need a goal immediately. If they can find one, there is a chance. But right now, they're just enduring a whole lot of pressure out of Riot. Now a chance. Pass out to the center. Zetakin shot into the back of the net, and 8 seconds left. Hyperia, this is beyond possible.
I was going to say, Riot, don't give it way back into the game, and Juice Bandits, they know that as well. Force their way through, muscling out Riot Gaming. Now, with 8 seconds left, they need 1 more goal. It's a kickoff. Riot Gaming surely has been more comfortable on the set kickoff. Zetagan's very much sneaking up, wanting to directly get into the attack, but they're going to have to defend first. Hawk able to extend to the center. Nobody there. Finn just going to drop that to the ground. Juice Bandits, they put in a valiant effort, but they will drop to Riot Gaming in game number 3.
Oh boy, and that's not a game that you want to drop, especially not in the position of Juice Bandits. Yes, they do look very strong, but the unfortunate truth here is that now they've got to try and show that resiliency for another 4 games straight. Riot Gaming 1 game away from taking the clean sweep here against the Juice Bandits and making my prediction look silly, but Juice Bandits starting to show some signs of life. There is still absolutely a chance. I mean, the shot total alone shows how different of a game this was for Juice Bandits.
I've got a theory here. Juice Bandits, next round, they're going up against Ground Zero. Match to match, head to head, you are not going to favor Juice Bandits. So they need something, they need to create something that can give them an edge. Momentum is certainly able to give you an edge. If you're able to reverse sweep Riot, you're coming into there with a lot of momentum. Now, of course, we also have to be realistic, and the likelihood is just that Riot Gaming is going to take this after playing phenomenal. But hey, there is still always a chance.
I mean, there's always a chance, and for a team like Juice Bandits, who have shown the resiliency and shown some really good wins against a plethora of very strong squads, it's absolutely possible. But the unfortunate truth is that it's all up to them now. They're not going to get any freebies. They are not going to get an easy road to get here. They need to now take 4 straight against an in-form Riot squad. Hyperia, I've got faith that this team can get this one done, but a big thing about this, they really do need to score early. It's been 3 games in a row of Riot scoring a goal in about the first minute or so. If they let Riot get a lead here in Game 4 out of the gates, not going to bode well for the team.
Well, Zayd does get it to the opposing end. I think the majority of that is going to be not conceding a goal early, as much as scoring one. You'd absolutely love that as well. But Juice Bandits, they were able to pick up the pieces during the latter end. Also, during the latter end of Game 2, they started to play up to par. Sprat with a good demo opens up the net, but nobody there to try and take control of that playing, put a goal to their name as Zadikans still puts it right back in. And Juice, they're showing a different form of themselves.
They look a lot quicker, just moving around the pitch with a very different pace than before. The aggression that this team is playing with is absolutely fantastic. And hey, sometimes this is how it goes when you get your back up against the wall and you get into Game 4 like this. You go, all right, it's everything but the catch and sink mentality here. We've thrown so many things at our opponents. We've tried so many different things that just don't hesitate. Forget it. Just throw whatever you have at your opponents and see if it sticks. Juice Bandits finding a couple things that have stuck so far here. A really good start to game number 4, but can they find a goal to show for it? No such luck. Almost able to do so, but Kaka with a beautiful on the line save.
Sprat with a delayed and takeoff as well. Tits underneath one for free, but Zayd up to the backboard and boost back on the rotation. Zayd should be able to take control. Goes for the boost in the midfield. Sprat is thus able to take control. Hawk up for it. He's going to be popping it forward onto the backboard. Hawk actually landing on a bit of miss out of the Riot defense. Nobody there from Juice Bandits. I do not blame him this scenario whatsoever. That is not an expected miss from Riot.
It's not an expected miss, but unfortunately for Juice Bandits, they really can't afford to let opportunities like that go awry. Oh, they do get another opportunity pretty quickly after, but unfortunately, despite the multiple chances, Juice Bandits have not found themselves a goal. They will keep pressing, though. This midfield presence from them have locked Riot into their own half for quite some time. Finally, a breakout, though. Can Riot find themselves an early goal here? Yes! No, they cannot. Sprat just barely able to make that save, and now a chance for Juice Bandits to go the other way. They're calling this one close, though, Hyperia. On the line saves becoming a rather common trend.
Hawk committed and that disallowed Sprat to go, had to play the defense. And we don't want to play defense over attempting to get a goal as third man. Hawk to the backboard. Tango nicely defending it. Riot game, and they've seemingly got all ends of defense covered except the edge of the box. Once again, the backboard well defended by Kaka, extends. Actually doesn't touch the ball at all. That helps Finn. Gets it further across the pitch. Sprat is actually Finn up to the play. Clear away from Hawk, looking for the follow-up. Gets it, sends it into the corner, dives in another time, and then it's Tango on the boomer wave. Absolute ripper across the pitch, but Strat takes that on a walk.
I like this. Juice Bandits looking a lot cleaner than their first couple of games here, and overall just a much better game. They have managed to land both teams at 0 goals with over half the game gone, and they are getting themselves a lot more just opportunities on offense overall. They do have to endure a lot more offense from their opponents, though. Riot Gaming going end-to-end here. Not able to score here, so maybe instead it can be Zadikans who can upset, and instead it is Hawk. Sets up his teammate beautifully, and for the first time all series, Juice Bandits have the lead.
They have the lead, and now they've got 2 minutes to try and hold on to it. Juice, they are in a position currently where they have put in the first brick of a reverse sweep at Riot Game, and they can be a bulldozer, and a brick is no match for a bulldozer. Juice needs to build a proper wall in this final game. Kaka takes around the side of one. Sprat with a quick challenge. Finn fakes it out, but still Sprat with a good challenge on it. Finn backing off to the backboard. Hawk doesn't get a touch. Finn actually just stayed in the center. Boomer to the backboard once again on the side of Riot. Miss out of Zadikans. That could bring some trouble. No, actually, Zeta's allowed to get the follow-up, and I say allowed because Riot Game was closer to that play.
Riot Gaming was closer, but unfortunately, despite as close as they have been, they still have not found that final touch that drills into the back of the net. A lot of good offensive pressure for both teams here, but only one of them have capitalized so far, and that is Juice Bandits, the team that needs to capitalize right now. They are on elimination point here and are trying their best to avoid that at all costs, and they're doing so by locking down out at midfield. This is such an impressive turnaround for a team that really didn't seem to develop much of an offense at all for the first couple of games, to then turn it around and just keep this locked tight midfield. Really impressive adaptations.
I'm really impressive, but it might all not matter. If Riot can make this offense work, Tango with a good ripper on that bounce, it always generates so much power. Kaka now it takes a different approach, pops it high up to the sky. Flip reset, somebody needs to challenge, otherwise he's going to use that flip reset to do detrimental things to your defense. Hawk misses the touch in the corner, still gets a fortunate bounce, and Tango with a complete miss. Kaka also with a complete miss. Everybody of Riot just soaring past the ball. They managed to get the save at the end, but final 30 seconds and Juice, all they need to do is hold on.
What a confusing play overall. I gotta imagine that's probably great for Juice, though. They're starting to see a little bit of vulnerability as Riot are getting a little bit disorganized here, and maybe that's just opened the door for them to try and continue the series and get that reverse sweep going. I've got faith in our boys to hold it down for another 10 seconds, but if they do not, Riot Gaming will get in overtime and possibly end the series. Oh, they're on the prowl to do exactly that. Kaka and take this one up the wall, boosting the tank. Can they get something done with it? No way! Sprat will challenge on the ceiling, and Juice Bandits seem to have their mojo back and have found themselves a win.
A massive glass as well over there on the bottom right cam. Always love to see that. Make sure you stay hydrated back at home as well as we prepare for the next game. Look, Max said I was capping in my predictions, so I will come at everybody without any cap in my name. I am incredibly biased right now towards Juice Bandits, purely because I actually want to see Juice Bandits bring this further. They had a phenomenal game on the board. We're a lot more tactical and are actually being able to bring the game to Riot Gaming.
I mean, they're bringing the game to them, but here's where I get nervous. It's only a 1-0 victory. And considering the fact that Riot blew them out of the water in the first couple of matches with, I believe, 2 4-0s, it's one of these things where, as good as Juice Bandits have looked, they need to dominate right now if they want a shot at this game. Well, not really at the game, at the series. They can get a couple of games here, but the issue, they drop one, that's the end of their night. So it's up to Juice Bandits now. They basically have to play perfectly because Riot in form is a capable team. If they cannot play up to that level that Riot have been playing out previously, they're going to get just completely trounced upon. I've got faith in the team. I think they can get this done. I agree with you in saying that we're going to see an extended series here, but it's up to Juice Bandits to try and prove us right.
Well, that's the thing about being biased for that Game 7. I just want to see it, not necessarily I think it's going to happen, because Juice, they still have such a long way to go. 2 games in a row to bring it there, and then they would need another one. But as soon as that Game 7 is reached, completely back to neutral. Caster with Tango might just be detrimental at the start. Out to the side, Hawk goes, and Juice Bandits an early lead will absolutely propel them into this game, and they won't find it.
Won't find it quite yet here, but they would love an early goal in their favor. 20 seconds gone, back and forth, both ends getting a couple of chances here, but maybe it can be Juice Bandits who can find that early goal. They were able to find a goal last time, but it took them about 3 minutes of play. An early goal would be massive, and they do have Riot kind of on the ropes right now. They look a little bit nervous on defense, so Hawk will try and sneak in a flip reset because of it. Kaka, though, in the corner, not quite able to clear this one out that easily, and desperation touch, which should have led to a Zetakin's follow-up, but the crazier part about that whole thing is that Hawk is the one who then finds the next touch, despite a whole lot of extra space. Riot Gaming not able to capitalize, and it really does seem like a different game here. Juice Bandits have gotten into the head of Riot, and they are no longer nearly as aggressive as the start of the series.
And Riot have been tamed a bit, and we saw in the midfield there, the ball was hanging in for a long time, and the ball's hanging at the top pins now as well. Hawk snipes it out. That would have been on target regardless, and Riot Gaming, their hand was forced.
And there we go. Juice Bandits showing that when time comes, they can get some offense together and snipe in those shots. What a beautiful angle to snipe that one in, and what an incredible placement, top right corner. And Juice Bandits put themselves up by 1 with only about 4 minutes left here and only a minute gone. I'm liking the odds right now, Hyperia. This looks like a completely different Juice Bandits team.
The odds have been increasing game after game, goal after goal. Juice Bandits make themselves more likely to make that reverse sweep or make that comeback. That doesn't put them anywhere near favorites thus far. Riot, they've got 3.5 minutes in this game only to come back. And then after that, 2 other games. They've got so much space to work with, but the closer it gets, the more panic will be coming through. So Kaka is going to be trying for the equalizer right here, right now. Sprat 50 to the backboard. Finn not able to take control, but there's still panic on the defense. And Ripper from an angle, not into the back of the net though.
Oh, that needed to go into the back of the net, though. Riot find their first exposed defense from Juice Bandits in quite some time, but just cannot slot it in. Unfortunate circumstances all around, but luckily enough for the team in orange, they will find some more offense here. Popped out to the side, though. Finn desperate to keep this into the half and will just make a touch into the corner, but Hawk is waiting there and will take it past the entire defense. No way, but Hawk doesn't have the boost or the angle. Can't quite score on it, and oh, that's gotta hurt.
It was open! It was open! You did everything! You broke ankles to get to the position where you are, and you just leaving with a hospital bill. Absolutely nothing else. That is unfortunate. Juice Bandits, they could have been up by 2 after an unfortunate miss. But hey, they're still up in the play. Finn, right to the backboard. And Tango's in the midfield. It will be sniped on the crossbar and on the post at the same time. Tango deciding to back up Riot Gaming. They need to be careful in defense. And a good fake out of Zayn. And I guess this is the goal that he then gets.
Now that's it. You're 100% right in calling that a fake. That is calculated in every way, shape, and form. Zaydakin's never meant to touch that one. Or, well, we'll let him think that. We'll let Finn think that, because Finn absolutely believed that touch was coming through. When it does not, that's an easy way to put themselves up by 2. And Juice Bandits, I gotta say, the turnaround from this team has been beyond spectacular. They not only look like they can, oh, well, I was gonna say take down Riot, but they can look like they could take down anyone. First, they still need to clean up these kickoffs. I don't even want to try and count how many kickoff goals they've given up.
A fair amount, I think we could say that. I don't think I'll be able to count it on one hand, which you can guess the amount of fingers that I have by counting
16.
that. It doesn't matter. Close.
Yes?
Close.
No?
I have an above average amount of fingers. Let's put it that way. Oh, that's an above average goal. Hello, Hawk. That's completely put her back on the right track.
I like that Hawk is happy about this, but did you see the reaction out of Zayd there? Just kind of like put down the controller and was like, all right, sure, whatever. Juice Bandits turning this one around. This is fantastic. I cannot believe the turnaround we're seeing out of Juice. Listen, I'll be the first to say it. I was rather critical in the first half of this cast. Then all of a sudden, they turn everything around. Get the offense together, the defense looking strong. This midfield presence, fantastic. Juice Bandits, keep it going, lads. I'd love to see this get to a Game 7.
That would be amazing. And with a reverse sweep, the hardest part is the game 1 and that game number 2. The game 1, because obviously you're about to get swept. You're not in a great form. Game number 2, because you could fall into the false sense of security of thinking you might just be able to reverse sweep. But if they're able to hold on, then that is exactly what Sprat is doing in defense right here. Tango has another go at his Zayd with a quick return to the other side, and Hawk getting bumped out of the way. They're looking very solid, and still a 2-goal lead to try and take this at least to game number 6.
Oh, and they're going to try by continuing the offensive pressure here. In the corner, Hawk not really able to keep that one, but luckily enough, Zaydakin's out of midfield will keep the offense alive, and Sprat will go there for the follow-up. Not quite able to make the touch, but a little bit of back and forth between the two teams is always healthy, especially for Juice Bandits when they try to waste time. 1 minute remains here, and Riot Gaming are definitely getting themselves some chances, but they need more than just a chance. They need a goal, and they need it quickly.
Oh! Wait, Sprat! Zayd, once again, he just can't believe his teammates. He's currently sitting in the backpack and thinking, what is going on, Sprat? I think this would have gone in. It's unfortunate that that's an own goal, but that would have gone into the back of the net.
What? Juiced, where was this the first couple of matches? I mean, every single player at this point has really started to pop off. It was Hawk who got them that spark of life, a couple of really good goals in game number 4. Then after that, it turned into both, well, pretty much I would say Zaydakin and then Sprat getting the offense together. Hawk now getting involved as well. All 3 players basically have turned on the Jets on offense, and Riot Gaming, you guys better be prepared. If you can't slow down this team, I'm not so sure if you're going to be able to take the series.
This is ridiculous, and this is the kind of game number 2 where you could fall into that false sense of security. Juice Bandits completely destroy Riot Gaming, and oh my word, it's been the other way around for 3 games in a row, and Juice Bandits, they've just turned this around. Let's see what they can bring into the rest of this series.
And hey, they pick up a 4-1 scoreline for themselves. We started off this series, I believe, with a 4-1 scoreline in favor of Riot Gaming, and then all of a sudden we get Juice Bandits who do the exact same. Phenomenal gameplay all around out of both teams, phenomenal games out of both teams here, but the unfortunate truth is that despite despite their best efforts, Riot don't seem to have of their opponents read anymore. Before this, they came into this one with a little bit of a game plan. They understood how to operate against Juice Bandits. Juice Bandits then changed up everything, and well, Riot don't really know how to counter it.
Riot don't know how to counter, and that's the biggest part. They're simply getting outplayed, where Juice Bandits are ridiculously fast. Absolutely amazing stuff to see out of Juice. But once again, they're not there by any stretch of the imagination. They need to keep on trying. It's been a phenomenal game, and if they can keep this going, sure, they can bring this to a Game 7. Realistically, they only need one more to bring it to, said, a Game 7.
I mean, they need one more, but then, like you said, it becomes one of the hardest parts of the entire battle here. Yes, Game 1 is difficult. Yes, Game 2, also very difficult in the comeback. That final one, though, is where it's really all on the line. You guys get a lot of momentum in your favor. You play good for 3 games straight, but doing it in a 4th, that's something even your opponents couldn't do, because Riot Gaming got 3 straight, but now they're going to try and just shake it up and put 1 win in the middle of all of that. I love that we can watch back and see this. Look at that reaction. It's just so genuine of, there's no way you hit that, right?
Oh, I hate that that was an own goal at the end there. That would have been maybe the best go out of this entire scene. Up the top rope, swinging down, and then almost finding the double tap. And look at them, they're talking things through now as well. Probably still looking for improvement, and that is exactly what Riot Gaming also need to improve in this series. They do not want to be reverse swept as Zadigans to the backboard, almost able to start Juice Bandits up right.
Juice Bandits get an early goal here. This would be massive for the team. It not only keeps that momentum in the favor, but it keeps the confidence that team has been running off of lately. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, though, and so far neither team has found a goal, but we are here in game number 6 of this best of 7. We weren't even expecting to get past 4. The fact that we are at 6 is already a treat in itself, but now it's a treat that Juice Bandits would like to try and capitalize upon. They want that reverse sweep, and they want it badly, and you can see it because they are back on offense once again. Sprat gonna try and keep this one up, might try to link up with one of his teammates, but no such luck, as it is uninterrupted in the air, and Riot Gaming will go the other way. This end-to-end gameplay is something we've seen many times here today, but the unfortunate truth is that while Riot was finding benefits from that during the beginning of the series, latter half these booming clears have not helped them at all.
Oh my word, Hawk with a fake pass one, and this kid is only 15 years old, playing at the highest level, and honestly putting his team back into this series. He's played a massive role. Of course, he could not have done it without Sprat. Zadigans backing up his every move, but Hawk certainly at the forefront of trying to bring this back, and this is what I mean. Sprat, you're not going to get a lot of points for that, but it is a massively important clear away. Juice, they can be on the attack with Riot. They want one as well. Across the midfield that reaches the center, but it's Hawk who puts it right back in the attacking third.
Ooh, Hawk wants to double touch off the backboard, can't quite get it, but Sprat just interrupting out at midfield. And this is something we were talking about earlier in the series that Juice needed to adapt with, was these pre-challenges, just these pre-jumps everywhere that got in the face of Riot Gaming and limited their space. Now we're seeing this like crazy out at midfield, a midfield presence which was basically non-existent earlier in the series. So I love this. I really cannot emphasize this enough. The turnaround from Juice Bandits has been absolutely spectacular, and with 3 minutes left, it's now up to them though to continue the series here. As good as the turnaround has been, it has not resulted in a goal here in game number 6. And again, this is not something where we want to see Juice go fall behind. When they have fallen behind in every other game, they've lost it.
Yeah, that could be a tilter for sure, and Sprat missing the ball like that. Hawk still staying close, and that catches Tango off guard. Has to back down into his own corner. 50, not the greatest pass. Hawk still in the vicinity. And gets it into the hands of Tango. Tango biding his time. Sprat and eventually dives on in, gets it back into his teammates. Zadigans will be blocked by Finn. You're not going to get through that car unscathed. Finn getting bumped by Kaka. Could that open up an opportunity for Juice Bandits? It's seemingly not the case, and Tango nicely in the way. Sprat pops it up. Kaka with a quick reaction to it. Zadigans across the pitch into the hands of Hawk, but Hawk, the only way he doesn't score there is when he gets blocked.
That's the big thing, is that you're starting to see Juice Bandits are really linking up well on offense. Had that pass not been interrupted, it definitely would have been a goal, and that's where Riot are starting to develop this panic from, is the fact that they are recognizing how threatening Juice are being with every single one of this attack, and that's why they are just kind of diving at the ball, hoping to clear it out. They need one good break, and then all of a sudden they can try and turn this one the other way. That could be the break right there. I'm not really sure what happened for Juice Bandits, but I don't think a team bump was what they were planning.
My mind directly went to Hawk calling the fake away. Hawk wanted to take that play earlier, then hold the fake for Zayd. Zayd had stayed in the way of it. Yeah, it happens. It's just a opportunity that went awry from Riot Gaming. They're gonna have to get into the attack a bit more since Juice Bandits, even though they haven't scored, they are creating the majority of the attacks. Hawk goes forward. Finn, very low boost, still pops it to the center. Backboard now. There is the boost problem coming through. But Kaka tries to rip one across the ground. Kaka still up in the play as we head into that final minute. This is an all-important game for Juice Bandits in order to bring it back to that Game 7 tango. And then it's Sprat to whip it over.
I would not be surprised if we get an overtime here in game number 6. I'm not necessarily going to guarantee it because the offenses are both starting to look pretty clean. Oh my word, but it would only be fitting considering how tight this series has been if we get at least one. Riot Gaming trying to avoid that at all costs, though. They want to finish this one off in regulation. And they almost do so from an uncalculated fake on the back end, or from the front end there. It almost worked out, but Riot Gaming, unfortunately, will have to go back to the drawing board one more time. Shot not going to be on target. Kaka just kind of pops that one up, and now Sprat with a chance to take it the other way. Leaves it to Hawk, who's only got 50 boost in the tank, and not the greatest touch. Interrupted once again. But I have to imagine right now, Juiced Bandits are just looking for that overtime. They want a chance to reset and try and get this from square one, because Riot have had a whole lot of pressure, but maybe they don't even need it. Maybe they can finish this here. No such luck. They'll get one more offense together, though, or so I think. Missed from Zadakins. This could be crucial. All of a sudden, it's Riot going the other way, but they can't find a shot. Sprat just needs to let this drop down. He does, but oh boy, does that get close.
This could be the biggest denial in this day. Juice Bandits, they were well on their way to a reverse sweep on Riot Gaming. They only need one goal to deny that. Juice Bandits, they need a goal and then another game in order to win this series, but I think they should just focus on this current game. Sprat off to the side, gets a second tap into Kaka. Kaka with a big boomer away, but the boost is falling low. Luckily, they have a bit of a time to regain the boost, and Zadakins failing the ceiling reset, or at least not getting it in time. And Hawk has to pick up the pieces. Hawk just zoom in for a demo. Sprat spikes it down, but Hawk, he takes over once again, and Juice Bandits, they're just not letting up on this offense.
I'm about to bite through my lip. The intensity between these two teams, you can cut it with a knife. I cannot believe this. The turnaround from Juice Bandits. I've got to emphasize this one more time, but let's emphasize the ending play. Kaka pre-jumps for this one before you can even notice, and Finn links up perfectly. Riot Gaming end off the series in 6.
He was sitting in the net with a bit of boost remaining, and he saw that play thinking, hey, I have a bit of boost left. I might as well go for this. And Riot Gaming, they have a massive denial on Juice Bandits. We are not even going to go to a Game 7. Riot Gaming, they close it out in 6 and deny us of also yet another Game 7.
That's such a bummer. I would have loved to have seen a Game 7, but hey, overtime Game 6, that's the second time we get it tonight. It basically makes up for a Game 7, and well, Riot Gaming got to be happy they didn't get to that Game 7. They were looking like they were slipping away from that series, but when it counted the most, they clutched on up. 1-0 finish here. Riot Gaming take it 4-2 fashion. And Max, I gotta imagine you're feeling